Travell X, I'm your host, TJE, abbreviation. This week's episode is about why do people cheat? And it's gender neutral because I don't pander to either women or men. I just try to call it straight down the line and tell the truth of the matter from my lens, how I view things and from my experiences. So this is going to be a list that is 7 things, and it could be more. Absolutely, it could be more. This is not a cut and dried or the last word type of thing. So there could be more, and there's also nuances to the situation. So within the 7 things that I have chosen, there could be innuendos or things that could be added or whatever, but I'm just giving you a basis or what I believe from my experiences that are reasons that people cheat. The first one, number 1, being unhealed. Unhealed, trauma-based, and based off abuse. So therefore, unhealed meaning that you went through some things in the past that you haven't met face-to-face, and they have taken an effect on your life and are seeping through into new relationships that you get into, and at some point it becomes a pattern and it becomes a behavior that these are some things that you continue to do because you haven't healed from what it is that had hurt you. So your growth stunted at that point. So your growth has stunted. You stopped there, and the only thing that you remember is the recourse that you took to protect yourself after going through that hurt because you didn't want to face it head on and heal from the process. And also abuse, when people have been sexually abused or emotionally abused or mentally abused, any type of abuse that someone went through at a young age, probably when they were a child, they carry those things, and it makes them feel unworthy, not good enough. And that's what leads to the mindset of when you are in a relationship or a commitment, that you're always looking outside to protect yourself because you don't know if this person is going to hurt you. You don't trust it. And because of the abuse, when you were vulnerable, when you were at a vulnerable state and you were abused, you're looking for a way to, if something happens, that you are protecting yourself because you are portraying these things that you are in your mind mentally projecting onto your partner. So that is one. Number 2, insecurities. And they kind of tie in together. Insecurities. Being insecure or feeling less than, feeling not good enough. Wherever you have picked up insecure, is it something that you are ashamed of or something that you feel as though you need to have control of that you weren't able to in a previous situation, that it carries on with you and you become insecure when you see anything of the sort that triggers you. It makes you insecure. It makes you think that you have to always think the bad about something, or because I feel this way, it has to be going on, or because I feel this way, this other person has to feel this way. And that's not always the truth. Most of the time it's that your mind is kind of playing tricks on you in a way. But that's what insecurities do. Insecurities make you bring up the ugly in yourself. They're for us to build, to be able to heal. And you would hear me saying healing throughout this process, because at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing in this situation. If you heal, you'll be able to seep through a lot of these things that lead people to cheat or to have infidelity on their partners. Number 3, lack of control and undisciplined. Lack of control meaning that you don't have a backbone. So you're easily swayed and easily manipulated and easily convinced or persuaded to do something that you know wouldn't be right, but you feel as though, well, if I can get away with it, or maybe my partner's doing it, it gives you that initiative to think that it's the right thing to do. And because you don't have a good set of moral standards or things that you live by that are good characteristics, you tend to fall into these traps that people out here set on people. And sometimes it could be somewhat innocent that you fall into these things, but then at some point you have to take accountability and be able to be self-disciplined and be able to, when you are entering into a commitment, take it seriously and uphold that out of not just respect for your partner, but also for respect for yourself. Number 4, variety, or a person who's never satisfied. Sometimes people who have had multiple partners throughout their life, they have a hard time being committed, or they become non-committal, even when they are in commitments, because a lot of people get into commitments so they like something about a person, so they don't want to let it go. So they'll rather get into a commitment even though they have non-committal ways. So they will tell you out of their mouth that they want a commitment, they want to be with you, they want to have all these things as a couple, but their actions speak that they're non-committal. They don't believe in these things, they don't trust them, and so on. Even though at some point you got to look at it as the other person is saying, well, their mouth is saying that they do want it, but their actions are saying that they dread it or they're afraid of it or that they don't want it. So got to be very, very careful about that. Number 5, disloyal or selfish. Some people are just not loyal, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, in the world, we have people, we are a blended cup of a whole lot of everything. So you have people that have certain characteristics or have certain qualities, have certain morals about them that other people's don't. And you just have to find your niche or find your people or the people that share the same morals, the same values, the same standards that you have. Because if you don't, you will end up hurt and you will end up in a situation where you will be getting cheated on and be getting devalued by someone who just doesn't have the same set of morals and standards that you have. Number 6, addictions. Just like with anything with life, some people start off drinking at a young age, and then after they get older, it becomes a situation where they need a certain amount to be able to effectively function to some degree. So same thing with sex. You start off and you've had a lot of different people, and because you, once again, because you are unhealed and you have low self-value and low self-care, you really have self-hatred. Therefore, you tend to form an addiction that you need a lot of sex. Sometimes it's with different sexes, same sex or the opposite sex. It's just a whole bowl of confusion and toxicity that you run to be a safe haven for you when all you really have to do is heal. And I'm not going to say healing is easy. It is hard work, but it's very beneficial at the end of it. Number 7, this is one, like they say, last of the ones but not least, this is one that is very important and you have to watch out for this. Jealousy and being envious. You would be surprised at how many people are in relationships with the enemy? How many people are in relationships with people that are jealous of them or who are envious of them? And I just want to break this down for just a moment. When I say jealous or envious, I'm not speaking of or saying that this person is jealous of you because you have money or that you have very good looks or that you have always been given things. It could just be the simple fact that you have a gift that God has given you that they don't possess and they want it. Or the way that other people just genuinely and love you without you having to put on any type of show or beg for attention or need others' validation. You're just a genuine, authentic person, and it comes natural because of your energy. And there are others who can't get that, and they become jealous of that, and they want that. And some of them become envious. They don't want you to have it, and they want to take whatever it is that you have. And the crazy thing about it, you can be in a relationship with someone like that. And if you're not careful, if you don't pay attention, they will sabotage you because that's really how they feel about themselves. But they will project it onto you and sabotage you if you allow it. Last but not least, someone who's interested in the same sex is another reason why people cheat in relationships. If you have a man or a woman that engage in affairs with the same sex, and most of the time the other partner don't know. There are certain situations where they have an open relationship and this is going on, but we're just speaking on majority. Most of the time the other partner doesn't know that they have this lustfulness or this addiction or fantasy or whatever you want to say that they like with the same sex. Those people, it'd be very difficult for them to be faithful in relationships because most of the time they're interested in that. They want that. So, of course, if they haven't spoken to you about it, it'll be something that's in secret that they're doing. And that would be another reason why they cheat in the relationship. Now, I've named 8 of these things, and of course, there's many more that you can name as far as in the world of relationships and why people are unfaithful and so on. But even though I've spoken these things, and there are many other things that go together with this and can be applied similarly, I would still say there are people who are faithful, who carry those characteristics, who do want a relationship, who do want partnership. So regardless of what you've been through, who you've been through it with, don't never let it get you to a point where you give up or you become a lesser version of yourself because of some pain that has been inflicted on you that you haven't properly learned how to, whether it's something that happened to you when you were a child and you carried it your whole life, there's never a day or a time where you can't be healed from something. You can't be released from it. You can't become a better person because you looked it dead in the face and said, I have this issue. I have something that's always been with me. I don't want to carry this burden anymore. I want to release it. So even though there are a majority of situations where there is a lot of infidelity and cheating going on in relationships, and there are many reasons why people do these, and it's not an excuse for cheating, but it is a rationale and the explanation of it. There are, and I will always believe this because I always like to look on the positive side of things. One thing about me, when we say the positive side of things, this is a side note. When I go to the doctor and the doctor says, well, I have good and bad news, I always tell the doctor to give me the bad news first, because I feel as though positivity reigns supreme, and it always can be worse, and there's always a good way to look at things. So tell me the bad things I'm facing first, and then we'll talk about the positive. So because I want to get through the bad things and not let them have a stain or a place in my life, and always look for the sunshine part of things, or the positive part that you can look at and hold on, cling to, and it can get you through these things. That's pretty much what Pep Talk is about anyway, all in all. It's about inspiring, motivating in a positive manner to push people or somebody forward, to push you forward in your life, to make you, not make you, but to help you become a better person through self-love, self-care, experiences, life experiences, and just straight plain motivation and encouragement. So this is the edition of Pep Talk for this week. It's a shorter edition. It's something, I'm trying different things. This is an open forum, and I'm trying different things. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on next week's edition of Pep Talk, and you'll be seeing a lot of me. I love y'all. Thanks for the support.